Hi, everybody. Welcome to another conversation. And today with me, I have, well, she happens to be my massage therapist, Eve Baker. And Eve, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well.
It's a
Glad to be
beautiful
here.
day.
Yeah.
So I hope we didn't interrupt the schedule at the office too much to get you on.
No.
But I
No.
thought it would be neat because, you know, for me, I've always thought a massage therapist, you just kind of went in, and usually when I've had them done before, I just kind of go in and you lay there and you get the damn massage, you know, and it feels great. But I had a injury, and I remember thinking they were going to, surgery was coming up next. So I remember going through the book, came across you, and you had a bunch of letters, which we're going to talk about what they stand for and stuff. So I saw those letters. I says, okay, I'm going to call her. And then when I went in and had my first consultation with you, I found it very, it wasn't like any massage therapy that I've ever gone to. You were very good about talking to me about what was going on. And anyway, so I wanted to have you on so we could, you know, let more people know that you're out there and what it is you do. And so my first question though is what made you, Eve, start into massage therapy? What was the thing that all of a sudden you said, this is what I want to do?
Well, the long-winded answer really is that when I was about 6 years old, I decided I wanted to be a massage therapist. I didn't know what it was.
Wow.
I have reflexology and anatomy books that I was reading when I was 11 and 12 still on my shelf. And I just was really interested in the idea that you could take away pain and that it felt good to people. My dad gave me foot massages at night because my feet were growing and I was getting very bad growing pains, and I used to yell out for my parents in the middle of the night, and Dad was the one who, after 2 o'clock in the morning, was relegated to come around. And he was very good at giving massage, and I never really connected that till later on that was probably it. But it probably was that my dad gave me foot massages when my feet hurt, and I was between the ages of 6 and 10.
So is this what you've
Yeah.
always been doing?
No, actually, I played around a little bit in college with doing some, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I'd never had a massage. I got out of college and told my parents I wanted to become a massage therapist, and they said, no, you don't. I'm 48, so that was a while ago. They said, what? You know, no, you don't want to do that. At the time, there was no internet. No one really knew in the general population what a massage therapist did. There was a very good school there were a couple of very good schools. Yeah. There are in Brattleboro massage therapists who have been around for 30, 40 years who did come out of high school or college and go straight to massage. But I was in suburban New Jersey where you didn't do that after you went to college. So I ended up getting a master's in education and an MFA, and going on to teach writing and literature, which I also loved for about 15 years in high school and college and transition programs. I did it in New Jersey, I did it up here. And then I hiked for a year, and while I was hiking, thought about the fact that I work with a lot of continuing education people when I taught. I worked with older, and I also worked with at-risk kids, and that's what I really love doing. And with those populations, you're continually telling them that the literal and the metaphorical are the same thing. If you change your perspective, if you physically change your perspective, you also mentally change your perspective. If you're really stuck, if you're dyslexic, if you're just having trouble with writing, and you're really, really stuck on it with an idea, go move around. Go do something else. I did a lot of motion in my classes. I also did a lot of hiking. I was a long-distance hiker, and I thru-hiked the AT in 2000. And in both, I kept really wondering what's going on inside. I wanted to understand more of why synapses connect the way they do.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, different neural pathways in your brain. Why, if you move, you can reconnect different pathways.
See, and that's why when I was getting a massage from you, and it was mostly my shoulder. We were having problems with my shoulder.
You had nerve entrapment.
Yeah. And I remember going, and you were explaining everything as we were going, you know. And when I got done, it was like it felt a little bit better. And then when I came back the second time, then we were there. I mean, because then
Yeah.
I could really move my stuff.
Yeah.
And you just mentioned the nerve entrapment, because I learned so much when I was
Yeah.
getting my massages.
Massage
And you
is
don't have
similar.
to. You can with
Yeah.
Eve. You can either have music, you can have it real quiet, or you can chit chat a little bit. And sometimes I'm a chit chatter, and sometimes I'm not. Really, it all depends. But well, let's talk a little bit about the injury work first. Because when you talked about nerve entrapment, let's get a little bit in there, because I remember, what is it that especially with my foot, we get rid of something when what is it that we push on and you feel it move? And
You're straightening your bunion.
And-
And what happens with a bunion, oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes what happens is the bone is turning.
Yeah.
There's a muscle, there's a abductor that has shifted, sometimes atrophied. Often it's actually related to what you're doing with your shoulder and your hip and your knee, and you can straighten out bunions by
oh, my toe was getting a little
Yeah,
straighter
yeah.
as you were working on it. And
by loosening up there's a nerve that I'm pretending this is my thumb. I mean, this is my what is it called? This is
The foot?
my foot. This is my big toe. There's a nerve that can get entrapped, and an artery that can get entrapped right between the big toe and the second toe. That also can contribute to bunions. And so you loosen up that, you loosen up the heads of one of the major
and what is it
muscles.
that we're pushing? You know, when you're going through there, and I can feel the
Oh,
stuff.
fascia.
Yeah,
The
that's
fascia, the
right.
connective
and you can,
tissue,
because
yeah.
you push it, and you can
Yeah.
feel it cracking in
Yep.
there and moving
Yep.
around.
And loosening all that up helps when you do the stretches, then straighten out the bunion. Once it's straight, you really should go see a physical therapist and change your gait, because what's happening is your hip and your hip and your shoulder are
Well,
doing
I walk
funky
totally
things.
different now, and my knee,
Yeah.
I've noticed now over the years.
you got a little
I
bit,
can't
yeah.
even walk with my toe going straight like it used to, you know. So it was really.
Yeah, oftentimes we can straighten the bunion. Sometimes you can't straighten it all the way, but you can get rid of the pain. And in either case, you're going to feel that your knee starts feeling a little bit tight, a little bit impinged
Yeah,
on,
yep.
because what you really need to do is change the way you walk.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
exactly
But it's
right.
it's for outdated term, very cool. It's just all of this is
It's
really
unreal to me.
exciting
I mean,
stuff.
and it was really,
Yeah.
as I'm learning as we were going, you know, and I just really liked the description of what was happening. And the other thing that got me, I couldn't believe that massage therapists even do this, is because we have worked on my foot a lot.
Yeah.
You go to a lot of classes, and once
Yeah.
a year, I think you go to some
I
dissecting.
go to my yearly dissection lab.
Yeah, look at
Yeah.
her. She likes that. she gets into that. And you did a foot?
Oh, I dissected a foot 3 times.
Yeah, I mean,
I've
but
gone
that's
for
why you
5
know
years,
what you're
yeah.
talking about. It's not like,
Yeah.
you know,
I
just
think
find
of all
that
my
very-
clients when I
Yeah,
dissect.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
fun.
you're very good to your clients as far as I'm concerned. As a matter of fact, what kind of clients, who do you see? I mean, you will, like, you can see anybody you want,
Yeah.
right?
Over the years, I would say about 3/4 of my clients are people who have had injuries or have chronic problems that they're maintaining. Sometimes people will have problems that are not going to get better because they're in jobs that just they're going to be in those jobs. They don't have time to stretch. I can say farmers, computer workers, landscapers, anyone, yeah, anyone who contorts themselves, dentists, dental hygienists are a big one. Anyone who has to be or carpenters, electricians, anyone who has to hold their hands in a certain position, or unless they want to stretch themselves out daily, they're always going to be a little bit torqued to one side. They're always going to have something going on, and massage helps maintain them so their bodies are not in pain while they're doing the jobs they need to do. Those people, once they retire, don't need me. They only need me
To keep working?
yeah, to keep working. And there's some people who have scoliosis or have some other chronic problem where certain muscles are always going to get tight. Then there are people who are recovering from injuries, and with injuries, you're really retraining the muscles to relax. And massage is a really good tool for retraining
What
muscles.
about the lazy people like me who ought to be more
Well,
flexible,
you're
but I just don't
maintaining.
do anything?
You're
It's
seeing me for
awful.
maintenance. Occasionally, I have someone come in also and also parents who are holding young kids, who have kids jumping up and down on their heads, things like that. Right now, gardeners, people riding their motorcycles, people riding their bikes,
Well, so
people riding
you
their
really
horses.
yeah, you really
People,
have quite
yeah,
a
yeah.
diversity in the clientele then.
Oh yeah, but there are a couple. There are still people who also come in because they just are highly stressed, and
And
it's a
that is
real
part of me
stress.
too. You
Yeah,
know what? I'm glad you hit on that
and
because when
that's
I go, I don't
important.
even go for that particular. I go mainly for the upkeep and stuff.
Yeah,
But when
but
I
that's
do
part of the
leave,
upkeep.
you know, it is so much more relaxing. Matter of fact, there are times where I'll go for a massage, and I've gone to you a few times for that reason too, and just have a one where
Yeah.
where I'll come in and just say, okay, do my whole body, and I'm just going to lay here and I'm not going to talk and I'm just going to blah.
That's one of the things we do is, and you've had that happen. You come in and I say, okay, what's going to support you the most today?
Yeah.
What's the
What do you
if
feel like working on today?
Yeah, if you want to work on something today, and we usually have an agenda, then we'll work on it. But sometimes people do have even do have chronic problems, and they say, I've had a heck of a week. I just really need to relax. And they go in and they lie on the table, and I don't talk to them, and we turn on the music and we turn on the aromatherapy if they want the aromatherapy, and they
You can bring
zone
in your
out.
own music.
Yes.
You can do all sorts of
Yeah.
stuff. And now, Eve,
And
you
that's
are
really
open for more
important.
clients too,
Oh,
right
always,
now, right?
always,
So,
always.
so
Yeah.
if you're watching this show and you need a therapist, a massage therapist, give Eve a call. Her number's right there on our screen, and just give her a call and let's see if she can help you out. Because that's the other reason I wanted to bring you on, just kind of like promote you a little bit. Because I'm very happy with my massage therapist. Let me tell you, folks. You know, we've done well. What do some of these letters stand for? Because that was the other thing. No, there's two reasons why I ended up going to you. Number one, Baker. You were the first one in the book, and number two was there were some letters there, and I
Yep.
went, well, she's got a bunch of letters, must be good.
I am a licensed massage therapist. I am licensed in New York State, which is one of the toughest states to be licensed in. They have their own exam. You have over 1,000 hours of basic training. By this point, I've been working as a massage therapist for over 11 years, and I can't even count the number of hours of training I have. I'd say.
And you continue on your
Yeah,
training.
I'd say at least a couple hundred a year, so way past the 1,000 point. But New York State insists on over 1,000 and insists on their own test. There's a national certification exam, which I've also taken, which a lot of the other states use, and it's called certified in New Jersey, but it's licensed in New Jersey as well with the national certification exam. And I don't know how many states right now, because I know there are a couple working on it, are still unlicensed, but Vermont is one of very few. It's one of 4 or 5
And I'm
states.
kind of surprised, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. When I was in the legislature, a lot of these professions, we have license, some kind of criteria to do it. I mean, tattooing and body piercing, for crying out loud. So I was kind of surprised, but no, we don't in Vermont, although you did try and see
We
if it
tried
could
again,
be
and
done.
we're going
but
to
it-
try. We'll try again sometime soon. Right now, the Office for Public Regulation (OPR) has said that
Part of Ishka, I think.
because we were split, some massage therapists in Vermont don't want to be licensed. They have various fears about it, about being regulated, and because our insurance premium is very low, insurance companies feel we're a very low risk because, to be honest, very few massage therapists will hurt you. They will give you a bad massage if they don't know what they're doing, which means you'll come out feeling that massage does nothing for you. And it will take a couple other massage therapists till you find a good massage therapist who knows about nerve entrapment and other things like that and gives you the massage you should have had to begin with. But some of the massage therapists, well, this can happen anywhere, even with licensed ones, but you get a little bit more, you get a little bit more assurance if people have, if
Yeah,
there are standards for people.
I feel a little
Yeah.
more comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Only because you know there was something they had to
Yeah.
do, in
Yeah.
my opinion. Otherwise, you could just get me.
Yep.
I could just put up a sign on the door
And
and say, "Hey, I'm a massage therapist now," and you don't know what you're getting.
And that's my complaint about Vermont, that we are so unregulated that someone can take a day course and then say they're a massage. You don't even have to take a day course. You can just say you're a massage therapist and have people pay you. And
Well, and
it
I think
is-
that could lead to some other problems too,
Yeah.
because the client is a very vulnerable person
Yeah.
on that table.
Very vulnerable.
And I would really, be uneasy, especially if I was a woman and it was. I mean, it could
Both
be
ways.
either way.
Both
I
ways.
know that, but if
Yeah.
I just, I don't know.
Yeah, there's if you're
I just think it brings a little more peace of mind to the client,
Yeah.
maybe.
If you're licensed, you have to go by ethics. If you're licensed, you have to have a certain standard. You also have to know when you can't do massage, because there are certain pathologies you cannot do massage for. And if people come in with certain problems, you really need to know. You need to know what to do if someone has a bad heart condition. You need to know what to be careful of. You need to know what type of massage to stay away from with certain people. People in their first trimester of pregnancy. People with
Well, that was my
various
only bummer
conditions.
when I went to see you the first time. Was I was ready to just jump on that table and go.
Yeah,
But
and you got a half
I
hour
had
intake.
I had to do
Yeah.
the intake. But you know what? That's what ended up impressing me. Okay, was that half-hour intake, because you were teaching me stuff too, and you were telling me stuff. So of course I just wanted to get on there. Okay, let's go. But it ended up being so. You got to give yourself that half hour, folks, because she is going to talk to you for a little bit and get to know you and what it is you need.
And most massage therapists who are doing this sort of thing will do that. The one thing I was going to say is the Office for Public Regulation said they felt we were a low risk, and since we couldn't decide whether we wanted to be regulated and it costs money to set up a board, they weren't going to recommend it.
Especially now, no money for nobody.
Yeah, and they have no money right now, so we'll try again.
Well,
we'll try
I
again.
think it will happen.
And in the meantime, if you are looking for a massage therapist,
Well, I was going to go to that
Yeah.
next. What do you look for when you're going to get one?
Someone who's licensed in another state is a really good start. That was one of my arguments to OPR. I tell people, if you're going to get a massage in Vermont, look for other state credentials. Something else is someone who's affiliated with an organization like the American Massage Therapists Association. There's also American Body Workers, and my apologies to all people in that organization because I can never remember the acronym, but I think it's AMBP. They're another organization. Both those organizations require a certain amount of training, and both those organizations also insure you, and you really want to be insured. You want someone to touch you who's insured, who companies think are okay to insure. It really is just, they've been vetted, because an insurance company is not going to insure someone who they think is not on the up and up.
Well, I happen to be very lucky, and where I work, BMH, they give us a certain amount of money each year to spend on however we want, and I choose through massage therapy for mine. And you work closely with them anyway, because it's not a problem getting, they know you through other people that go there.
Yeah.
What is wellness massage? What is that? Is that something like what I do?
That's actually what we just talked about.
Okay.
Someone comes in, and generally people come in for massage when they've had an injury and then they stay, like you.
Yeah.
Or they've had it all their life and their parents did. I have second, third generation people coming in for massage. I actually see kids. I never thought I would be doing that, but I actually have given massages to a couple of kids who, when they were around 12 years old, who are now out of college and have gotten massage all the way through.
Wow.
And so
I love it,
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
It's a time that I look forward to, and it's just so well, it's relaxing, number one, and it does make you feel better. Geez, I go, like in the winter when I'm doing a lot of shoveling is when I have problems mostly with my shoulder, so we work on the upper body a lot and stuff. Now, if you don't mind, and we don't have to go here, but your office is at your house.
Yes.
which is, in my opinion, it's very cozy, comfortable, relaxing, easy to get in, easy to get out. How does that work out for you?
It works out wonderfully.
Because you were at Cotton Mill Hill at
I
one
was
time.
at Cotton Mill, and I loved Cotton Mill, and Cotton Mill was a real help in building up business. And I am a winter weather wuss. I hate to drive in bad weather, and almost all my
Jeez,
clients.
you got a Subaru?
I know. All my clients drive in bad weather. Everyone always thinks it's really strange.
I
and
know,
don't want
I
to
know,
drive.
yeah.
So I used to cancel in the winter because I didn't want to go down the
That-
down
with
the hill
the
to
hill.
Cotton Mill. I can now schedule people from 8 in the morning to 9 in the evening. I have a backup generator.
And I wanted to
yeah,
talk about
yeah,
your hours too,
yeah.
because that's another thing.
Yeah.
You do kind of off hours. And I suppose a lot
All
of massage therapists
therapists
do,
pretty
because
much
you kind
do.
of got to,
you do you do the hours your clients can do.
Yeah, that's true. I guess if you want to stay in business, that's the best way to do it. Well, Eve, let's see. We got another little note here that says about your body is not attacking you.
Your body's not attacking you.
What
If
was
you're
that
in
one?
If you're in pain right now, your body is giving you information. It is not attacking you. And what tends to happen is someone comes in, and what I always tell clients is, I may or may not be able to make you feel better. You're going to come out here with information. And that's my purpose with a lot of my clients is to give them information, more than actually make them feel better. Make sure they come out knowing a little bit more about what's going on. A good portion of pain is panic. And if we can figure out what muscles are contracting, if we can figure out a little bit of why it's happening, when it's happening, many massages really are people zoning out on the table blissfully, and that's great. That's proprioception. The body is relaxing. The muscles are relearning how to relax. That's very important, which means circulation is working better, everything
Well,
else
there's
is
another
working
thing,
better.
circulation.
But some of a massage also is figuring out why something doesn't seem to be happening the way it should, which means I occasionally follow people around the room and have them do things that are hurting them. And I hold on to their muscles and feel them while they're doing it. And then we try something, it's a little bit fine-tuning. But sometimes someone's off the table, sometimes someone's on the table. And we're figuring out why this is happening. And we're figuring out different ways for you to be able to, when a spasm starts or when you start to feel the injury again, relax more. And we're also talking about soft tissue so that you know that it takes 6 months to a year for soft tissue injuries to heal, and know that if it doesn't feel incredibly better the next day, that doesn't mean your PT is wrong or your doctor is wrong or your body's
Well, my toe
getting
took
worse.
a while. I mean, but you could literally, after a little while, you could see it starting to do what it was supposed to do.
Yeah, you really have to look at injuries as, I injured myself 3 weeks ago. How do I feel now from that point? If I feel incrementally better, then I'm actually healing. If I don't feel any better at all, then something else is going on. But I forgot the question. Yeah, panic circle. If people panic, their muscles contract more and their pain cycle goes up. If we can bring that panic level down, then the pain goes down, even if nothing else happens.
Geez, I thought I did the panic cycle part, kind of to take away the concentration of the pain, because
that's
I tried
the
to
hitting
relieve.
yourself in
I'm
another
like,
area
whoa,
part.
whoa, man, this is because I'm awful.
Yeah.
I'm such a baby.
Yeah.
I tell you, I overreact, but that's part of that whole thing. And we're not saying don't go to a doctor. We're not saying don't go to a physical
doctor
therapist.
before you see me.
should definitely do that first. But I just wanted to let people know that there is another thing that works. I'm telling you. Well, it worked for me.
Yeah. People generally come see me after, oftentimes they'll see me as a last resort when nothing else is working. I encourage people to come in way before that. Sometimes they see me when they're plateauing, when the physical therapy just hasn't been working because their muscles are getting too tight. They work with me for a week or two, they go back to physical therapy, and suddenly it's magic. Suddenly it works well. Sometimes they just don't hear what their doctor or their physical therapist are saying because they're too panicked, and they come in, and because I'm spending an hour or two with them instead of 15 minutes, they actually calm down and hear exactly what was said to them before, but I explain it again.
And you're very one-on-one.
Yeah.
You're very in tune to that client.
Yeah.
I'm only speaking for myself. I don't know but it just seems like I really, when I go in there, and I'm not saying doctors and physical therapists don't, but they're waiting. They got to get going for the next
have more
person.
time.
You're in there waiting, and we're about ready to end.
Okay.
Is there anything we missed, Eve, that you would like to tell the folks that are watching this about massage or yourself or whatever we missed? You got a couple minutes here, so.
I would say just to start thinking of massage as a part of being well. That's the wellness factor. That it isn't something strange that is done in spas. Brattleboro has amazing massage therapists. We're very lucky. We have better
Got a lot
massage
of 'em.
therapists here than all over. And I'm one of them. I'm one of the good ones. I'm not going to put myself down at all.
Nope.
But start thinking of massage as another tool that you use to stay healthy and another tool that you use when you have injuries, because that's actually what we are. And ask questions. Know you're in control, which means you can zone out or you can have the massage therapist tell you everything that's going on. Know that you can come out with tools for yourself, and it is another tool to use.
Yep, it
It's
really,
another
really
very
is.
good tool, and the reason why I'm a massage therapist is because it is so interesting. You learn.
Well, I never knew it
you
was as
learn.
interesting as it was until
Yeah.
I started coming to you.
Yeah.
Because like I said, most
You
of the
learn a lot
massage I
about your
ever had
body.
in the
Yeah.
past was I'd go in and zone out, you know, for either my half hour or 45 minutes, an hour, and that was it. Nobody was,
Yeah.
it was just the same thing, and they felt good.
Yep.
But there was really no work being done on anything in particular. What is your best way of getting new clients?
Word of mouth is the best.
Good.
It always has been. Next is internet and Yellow Pages.
Yep. Well, Yellow
Yeah.
Pages was me, but I do a
Yeah.
lot of word of mouth.
Thank you.
Well, Eve, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
I hope you enjoyed your time here
yes.
with us. And folks, I hope you enjoyed what you heard here. Again, I was with Eve Baker, massage therapist right here in town. Does a great job. Give her a call. Her name, well, there's her name. We'll probably throw the number under here, right there. There it is. Give her a call. And we hope you enjoyed this show. We'll see you next time on another conversation right here. And BCTV, I want to say thank you for letting us do that. And Joe, thanks for doing what you do, man. Couldn't do it without you. So long. Say goodbye to everybody, Eve.
Goodbye.